Hello friends! Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Sunny and welcome if it's the first time you're here on my channel. I'm bringing today a very exciting video, and I say very exciting because I am very excited. I finally got the courage to cut into this. You don't see it right now, but I will show you. This is a quilt that I thrifted back in January when mom was here visiting. Just found a super beautiful quilt that is just amazing, and I really want to attempt to do a coat or a jacket for this winter, so I'm gonna get it. We washed it, we did it like 2 times in the washing machine, and then we folded and we put it in the savers bag again. I've been thinking about what to do with this. I wanted to do a big coat or a trench coat or whatever you want to call it, and I just didn't find like the perfect pattern for that. I don't know, I wasn't sure, and I wanted to be sure before I started cutting it and doing it. So this was back in January, okay? Summer. And now fast forward to August. It's the last month of winter, and I was thinking like I need to do this now so I can wear it this month and also in spring, because here in Melbourne sometimes spring gets also a little bit chilly in the nights, and yeah, I can still wear it. I think I found the perfect pattern. Here it is. I went this morning to Officeworks to print it, and then yeah, I have to assemble all these together and cut it, so that's going to be challenging too. I wish I had done this yesterday, but I found the pattern, it was already like Officeworks was already closed, so I couldn't. I will link in the notes the pattern that I'm using, so if you want to attempt it, well, if it looks good. We don't know the result yet. Just telling you, it's 11:20 in the morning. There it is, 11:20 in the morning with my little turron. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm going to leave actually here some ideas of what I want to do, but then, you know, like the result is not always what you were expecting. Let's start with it. I'm going to show you guys what we are going to work with. I remember we had a lot of trouble to put this here because it's really big. Okay? And this, no, it smells nice. We washed it and we put conditioner and everything. Ooh, wow. I didn't remember it was this big. Oh, there is actually a lot. Let me just, actually, if I stand here, you get the idea, right? It's huge. You can see how huge it is. You don't see the end of it. This is going to be me with my coat. Yay, so let's start. Alright, you guys, I've got already the pattern. This took me like forever to putting it together and everything. It's 12:38 now, so I don't know, like 1 hour to put all this together, but I have 2 days to do this, so I think we're in time. So now I'm trying to decide what to cut from the actual quilt. There's a lot of quilt to work on. I would prefer not to waste it and to maybe use part of the quilt to do another project, but we'll see. If I have to waste because I do something wrong, it's okay. It's not like the last project that I did, the vest, that I would leave it for you guys up here. That one I was working with very limited fabric, so I was pretty scared like how to cut it and everything, but this one have so much fabric that I can just go crazy. Not that I'm going to. So what I was thinking is going to cut it in a way that I don't have to do any hem. So what I'm going to do is to use the front like this, so I can use this one here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want the jacket or the coat to be as long as the one given in the pattern, so I'm actually going to do it shorter, because I think like now that we're heading into spring, I will get to wear it more if it's kind of like a hip level. I think I'm going to get one of my jackets that I like the length and just put it on here just to see what length I would need, because I don't want to do it like super long and then I won't wear it in spring. The quilt is so cool. I really love the colors. I'm a very blue person. I tend to gravitate towards always like blue or green. I'm just loving it. Yeah, I think it has been washed already a lot of times because it has this look, like a bit washed look, but I like it a lot. Yeah. Right, what I'm doing now is actually cut the back of the coat, and I want to have the squares of the quilt, I want it to be like in the center, so I'll try to do it the most accurate possible. So what we have to do is fold the quilt, and once you fold it, you have to cut this on the fold. What I'm trying to figure out, I think this is the amount of fabric that I need. Actually, I can come closer. I was thinking, is it Jason Derulo song? Closer. Turn your lights up in this place. That one. I want the squares of the quilt to be in the middle, and I think this is pretty accurate. What I'm going to do now is to place this as I did with the front part. Put some candles for the weight, my favorite path candles. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Salt air and honeydew. Love it. Now I'm going to cut this. By the way, these 2 panels, are they cute? Actually, now that I'm thinking, maybe I did it too long. I don't know, you guys. This is my first attempt to do a quilt like this, so bear with me. Okay, this is going to be tricky because I'm actually cutting double the fabric. My scissors are not the best ones. Okay, you guys, almost in the last part actually. I'm cutting up the sleeves. I already cut the first one and now I put it on top of the fabric so I could cut the second one. And then what I have left to cut is the color of the coat. I cannot do things so simple, so I need the swan color for the coat and I'm going to do that. I still don't know how to sew it. I was watching a YouTube video to see if I could understand it, but yeah, that's where we are. So this is the last piece and I'll cut the color and I think we can start sewing. Alright, you guys, this is what we are working with. All the pieces are cut. We're going to start putting them together and we're going to start sewing. But first, you guys, I really need to get some lunch. I'm starving. It's 1:40 p.m. and I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna go get a sandwich and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, we're back from the sandwich. It was delicious, as you can see in the video. And while I was eating, I was trying to find out how to sew the collar of the jacket. This is the only part that I'm having my doubts, and I'm not sure if I'm understanding correctly the instructions, but also I'm not sure if this type of like swan collar it's going to look okay or not. I still have tomorrow also to sew it, and the part that takes me the longest is always the cutting, and that's done. I have a plan B if this collar thing doesn't work. Let's try plan A. So the first part is to put the two facings, the facings that I cut at the end of my cutting. It was the collar. I will put the two right faces together and I will sew this part here. I'm going to start with that. Going to stitch it first and then I'll do a zigzag stitching so that it doesn't rain. I now have the collar already attached, and this is the part where I'm like trying to figure out how this works, you guys. As you can see, the front part has these things coming out. Like it's a bit longer than the actual, so this will be the shoulder and this comes out to here. So this is what I've seen, that the swan collar, what you have to do is like this, so it stays like for the swan thingy. So what I'm going to do is put the two shoulders together. This is where it parts like this. So here, you see, we have like empty space here. And this is where we're going to put this that we were doing. This goes in the center. And then for it to match, this has to go like this. While I continue figuring out the color, I have this already sewn. So what I'm going to do now is sew the sides. I'm going to do that so I can try it on and see if trying it on I can picture the color or not. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I was sewing one of the sides of the coat and I broke the sewing machine needle. It hasn't broken, but it's bended, you say? I wasn't filming, but it did like boom. Can you see it's bended? Yeah. So now I have to put a new one. It's the first time that I changed the needle. Or the second. I know it's the second because this is open. Alright, I'm going to show you guys. I have already this side already sewn. Looking good. I'm gonna try this on. Ooh, what do we think about this situation here? It's longer than I thought, but it actually looks very cute. I don't know, I really like this patchwork. This quilt. I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to try to attach the part of the collar that I think it's actually just like some kind of like folding like this for the collar to have like some body. Let's see, not looking bad. Okay, let's try, let's give it a go. Look at this. Isn't this like the cutest sleeve? I don't know, I think it's super cute.
Yay! You know what? I did it too white here in the upper part, so I need to reduce it slightly so that it fits correctly to the armhole. But we're getting there. You guys, I already did the sleeves and I'm so excited. Okay, this is the sleeve like inside. I was just speaking with mom over the phone and she told me to put a bias banding in all the inner pieces so it looks neater or more prolijo, like she says. Yeah, you guys. These are, oh, now it looks like a jacket, doesn't it? I'm so excited. And now I have to decide what to do with the color. I'm going to sew it as the pattern says, and I think I'm going to do that. And tomorrow I will see it with another eyes and I will decide tomorrow if I want to actually change it, put a bias banding or what. But I'm going to finish that because I want to see it finished. Look at this. Isn't it like super cute? I really like this patchwork. It's very beautiful. And the sleeves are so cool. Let's finish it. And I'm going to show it to you tomorrow, like with new eyes, and we'll see how it looks, if we like it, or if we need to change anything. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. Well, this afternoon actually. It's 5:13 to run. And yeah, I'm just going to finish the color and going to watch a movie or something like that. And then tomorrow I will see it with new eyes. Good morning, my friends. It's a new day. And I have to tell you, it has been a very productive morning. Haven't started sewing or anything yet, but I went to Spotlight and I found some goodies to finish my coat. Okay, so yesterday night I finished the coat, everything that I was telling you in my clip from before, and I was thinking how could I improve the coat today so that the final result is just I was actually talking to mom. Every time I need like some suggestion or recommendation or whatever, I always call my mom for help. And we were thinking that the coat would look better if it had some kind of closure, like maybe adding a belt or some buttons. And my first thought was about adding a belt. I've seen a lot of coats on Pinterest, like these type of coats with a belt made from the same fabric, but I wasn't 100% sure of that result. I thought about putting some buttons because the fabric is so thick and I've never sewn any eyelet for buttons with my sewing machine. I wasn't sure how it's going to come out, so I was thinking of adding some snap fasteners. So there are two types. There are the ones that you put with the actual like machine, like this gun thing that I don't own, and I've searched online. I mean I was thinking of like, oh, I'll buy one and then I'll have it, but it's actually like I've never have to use one, so it didn't make sense spending the money and buying a thing that maybe I never get to use it again. So I prefer just to don't think on that option, and I actually bought these snap fasteners that I can sew on the coat. These are, and this is just a clip, you know, just a clip. I just have to sew it on the coat and that's it. And they're pretty strong actually. I don't know if ones with the coat, but I've bought 6 of these. There were a lot of sizes. They were like very chunky sizes, but they were too big maybe. I bought these ones and I bought 6 of them that I think it will be enough. I was telling to mom like I would really love to find like some cute buttons, but just put them as a decor kind of thing. They wouldn't be like functional buttons. And mom was like, why would you waste your time like sewing other buttons if they are not going to have any use? But I thought for this kind of coat they will look cute. So I found these ones here that they're super cute. They're in this kind of like very light pink or cream color. I'm not sure exactly, depends on the light. I see them like light pink or cream. They're super cute. I bought 6 of these also, so these will go, the snap fasteners will go in the inside of the coat, and on top of it I will put these on the outside. This won't have like the actual function, but below this I will have the snap fastener. I don't know, I think it looked cute and just like to complicate a bit the project. And then, so I don't own an overlocker, you know that already. I don't know how many times I say it, but the thing is that even with an overlocker, the seams don't look very neat or clean. And I'm going to show you, for example, the one in the sleeve. So you see, this is like very rough. So I thought of covering all the seams with bias banding. It was very difficult to find the exact same color as the lining of the coat, this kind of like washed out blue, but I found this option. It's like a denim ending one. Denim ending? Yeah, looks like denim. So I thought this one could look very cute, and I'm going to show you like the 2 colors. They actually match quite a lot actually. Oh, with this light. Yeah, so I thought this one could look cute, so I'm going to do all the seams with this bias banding. So when I get to like take out the coat or put it again, or even like if you, I don't know, yeah, I'm not going to be wearing the coat all the time, but if the coat opens, so you can actually see like the endings are way cleaner and neater. It's going to get a bit of time to do it, but I know that once I get it done, it's going to look way nicer. I think this is all I wanted to say to you guys. I don't want to show you the whole coat just yet until I finish to do all the small details. Oh, and the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys. In the actual pattern, the coat had pockets, but because the pattern was made with a fabric that is not as thick as this one, I wasn't sure that the pockets in the sides, like the one I always add to like skirts or dresses, I wasn't sure they were going to look nice. So what I'm actually going to do is similar pockets to the one that I did to my vest. And what I'm going to do is just cut the size of the pocket and add some bias banding to it and just add it to the front sides of the coat. And I think that will look very good, and it will give it like an extra touch of like customization, if I would say so, for this pattern. Stop the talking and let's start sewing. I'm going to first decide where I want these big buttons to be. I'm going to measure it so the distance between them is the same. I'm not going to do it like crazy kind of thing like I always do. So I'm going to measure them. And once I decide where these ones are going to be, I will then know where the snap fasteners will be, so just underneath them. It was actually easier than I thought. So because I have the quilt squares, I'm not going to put in the color because it doesn't make sense. And I decided I'm going to put one button in the middle of each of the squares. So I only have to put 5. So this one is a spare one that I will use it in another project. I didn't know I actually did it like so accurate. Pretty proud of myself. I'm going to be sewing this, and I'm going to be putting the fasteners also. Let me show you guys. I have already sewn the 2 first ones. I think I did a pretty good job. And now I'm on to the 3rd one. Let's do this one together. I'm gonna try to explain to you how I do it. So I do 4 loops in this diagonal. I do 4, so this is going to be my 4th. And then what I do is do 4 more in this diagonal. I always try to do it more or less in the same spot. There it is. And I always do it a bit like parallel. There it is. And now what I do, like to secure it, the button is okay, it's in the right place. So to secure it, I pass the thread like this to the other side. I don't know if you see the needle there. I'm not the thread, the needle. So I grab it here And now I twist the needle 4 times around the button. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I pass it on again to the wrong side. There it is. And here is where I do 2 knots before I cut the thread. I know this is like basic, but yeah, this is how I sew the buttons. 3rd button done. You guys, these snap fasteners take forever. I already did the buttons. They're here, looking really cute. Love that I chose to put the buttons. I think it makes, I don't know, it makes it pop out. Yeah, the snap fastener takes like for ages. I think I'm just going to go to the bias banding, and I'm just going to do that because I know it will be faster and I'll get that out of the way. And I'll do also the pockets actually. Once I finish with this guy here, the bias banding, I'll show you guys how we do the pockets. Okay, you guys, I'm finishing doing the bias banding. Have it here. Gonna show you a little bit, but there's no mystery. Actually, I really want to finish this so I can go and put the pockets on. This like project, it's so big, challenging to like move it around. I have the pockets here ready. So what I did, pretty simple. I just did half of the shape of the pocket, folded in half and cut it. And then I have the pattern for the pockets. And what I'm going to do now is to put the bias banding along this side of the pocket, along all the side. And then what I'll do is fold it like this. Just fold this side here and stitch it so I don't have any frames in the upper side, and then I'll attach it to the coat. Pretty simple, just a tiny detail. It will look pretty cute. So let's do that, guys. Okay, you guys, pockets already. They're not attached there yet, but I've put them already where I think I want them. So I'm just going to do a simple stitch around here, and then I think I will be sewing the rest of the snap fasteners. Oh, look at the bias banding. I think I didn't show you. Looks very nice. So yeah, you guys, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon with my big light and sewing the snap fasteners. With all that, it will be finished. So I think I'm going to show you tomorrow with a better light. See you tomorrow. Well, see you now in the video, next clip. We're done. Isn't this like the most amazing, beautiful coat you've seen? I'm so proud of myself and so happy that I finished this coat. No, she's not perfect, I have to say, but it's my first coat, so I'm super excited. And I have to tell you also, these snap fasteners, like, they took me for ages. What I did wrong, so that you guys, if you attempt a type of jacket like this, don't do wrong, is I sewed first the buttons so I knew where I was going to place them, and then I sewed the snap fasteners. But it was super tricky to sew with this one already on this side, like it was very rigid. So first this and then this other. I know these are just decoration, but I think they look very cute. Now I'm gonna take it off And you guys, such a good idea also to add the bias banding so for a better finish. I have a lot of blanket left that maybe I'll try and attempt like a shorter version of this one, but like with a different pattern. I will do the sleeves like more fitted, also maybe without a collar. I will try to twitch it up a little bit, but I'm so happy with this one. I have to tell you, I went this morning to get breakfast and it's freezing right now in Melbourne. It's like 0 degrees, and I was with this one and I was just like, it feels like I'm covered with a blanket, and my partner was like, well, actually you are, and I'm like, oh yeah, I am. So yeah, it's just wearing like your favorite blanket just around you. Okay, that's not nice. So as I was telling you, super happy about this project. I don't know, I look at her and I'm just like fascinated that I was able to do a coat. Now I feel like I can sew whatever. I know, for example, a dress that I did that I pop it up here so you guys can see it. I know that was more technical and a bit more difficult than the coat actually. The coat, I think it was because there was so much fabric going around. At first I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to do this, but I was. And I'm so happy for that. I've had so much fun with this project that actually I went to the 50% off in Savers. It's my previous video actually, and I bought some fabrics also. So I have a lot of new projects that I want to do in the near future for you guys. I really want to keep up with all the projects that I have in mind. And now that I've entered these like wheel, I know I will be doing way more. Let me know what you think, guys, about this code. Let me know any suggestions for any other code that I do in the future. I will leave you here linked, as I said before in the notes, the pattern that I used, although I don't think the pattern was actually for a type of like quilted fabric, but we can always work it out. If you have liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I would be really appreciated, and also YouTube will notify you when my new videos are up. New videos coming very soon. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one. Bye!